And welcome back to another installment of Asagao Academy. I'm your host, Sensei Pon, with the Satchbag route. So, only because I haven't done it in a while, let's do a Dear Diary sequence, shall we? From where we left off with episode whatever. I don't remember. Oh snap! Okay, so it doesn't save the entirety of the thingy. So we'll just start off right here. You can't go all the way back to the beginning of the diary. Sad. Dear Diary, they think we stole the boots. I don't really know how to feel about it. Part of me is upset and part of me understands. Like, I can't blame them. No, I might have done the same thing if I were them. Do they not trust us at all? Dear Diary, Mai is a kleptomaniac? I can't believe it. Part of me doesn't want to believe it. I've lived with her for weeks and I had no idea. How is this possible? And as much as I didn't want it to, it kinda shifted how I view her. Should I let it? Was that wrong of me? Dear Diary, I'm tired of being the old me. I came to Asagao to get rid of my past, not let it repeat in front of me. If there's one thing I can do, if there's anything I can do, I will do it. You go, girl. Dear Diary. Okay, so what if Satch doesn't want me messing around with things? He can't stop me. I bet he doesn't even know what's best for him. No, I'm taking this into my own hands. I won't be able to live with myself otherwise. Dear Diary, Mai's been spacing out and sneaking out all... Excuse me, wow, I ruined that sequence. Dear Diary, May's been spacing... That was growled. Dear Diary, May's been spacing out and sneaking all around at night. I wonder whether it's because of this whole kleptomania deal. Maybe the fact that people are suspecting her is getting to her. I don't even want to think about the possibility that she took them. Dear Diary, Oscar is doing well. Sometimes when I go to sleep I watch him. He makes faces. We make faces to each other. I swear he can understand me. But he misses his daddy. I wish Satch would come around more often. If we just knew who had the boots. Dear Diary, Satch. I knew I can count on him. Dear Diary, Satch's VR machine is absolutely amazing, but I wonder whether what it said about me was really true. Dear Diary, what the heck is Wallet up to? Gosh. And that's it. Alright, so let's carry on. It'd been 3 weeks since they last spoke to us. Maybe I was still asleep. As it was, my brain was moving too slow for me to say anything about it. So, the thing is, we want to apologize.
What?
You? Do? Well, we realized we were being total jerks. We feel terrible about it. Or at least I do. Oh, and by the way, Dear Diary has been brought to you by Gillette Fusion. For the closest shave possible. Or at least I do. Hey, it was an honest mistake. People make mistakes all the time. I stared at John's broad face, trying to click together what was happening. You ignored us for 3 weeks, and you're saying it was an honest mistake? Papaga elbowed John in the side and shot him a look.
No.
Ignore him. He sticks his foot in his mouth and so much you'd think it was a lollipop. But we came to invite you to lunch with us again. If you'll still have us, we want to make it up to you somehow, and we missed you. Both of you. ...
I can't believe this.
So you're not suspicious anymore. Well... Papaga elbowed him in the side again. Oh, okay, sorry. I just thought it'd be funny. No, we're not. We can't speak for the others, but you have our support. My head swam. The frustration of the past 3 weeks, the betrayal, the late nights, the tears, the whispers, the judgment, all built up inside of me. Do they want us to just forgive them and let it all go? Mai looked at me, waiting for my decision. It seemed she didn't know what to make of it, either. Well, obviously the answer is sure. And if I was in this situation, despite how naive this may sound, I tend to forgive quite a bit. Well, because that's usually the right thing to do. Now, if I'm not saying you should forgive. Forgive and forget is a strong term. Forgive completely, but don't. But take into consideration everything that's going on around. But don't hold that against people, if that makes any sense. Because if you forgive somebody, but remember the past things and hold it against them at some point, you're not really forgiving them, are you? A little word of wisdom there. Yeah, sometimes I do have good advice and good insight, believe it or not. So, I'm gonna say sure. Sure. Really? Yeah. I blinked furiously, trying to clear my eyes of their tired haze. I guess it never hurts to ask, does it? I guess not. Well, you heard the lady. Mai didn't seem overly comfortable with what was happening, but the decision was made, and she wasn't going to leave me now. I smiled and grabbed her hand, thankful. She grinned at me in return. As we walked to the cafeteria, Papaga fell in step behind me.
Hey.
Hey. Are you guys sure? Are you sure you're okay? Okay? I looked at him in surprise. He was searching my face intently. What? Yes, I'm fine. But we were such jerks to you guys. We don't deserve to be forgiven that easily. I laughed lightly, but it came out sounding more like a wheeze. It's no big deal. Life is too short to let things like this affect us for too long, right? I guess? Hana's been losing sleep over it. That's why she looks so dead right now. Excuse me. I'm just speaking the truth. I'm so sorry. Papaga looked like a sick, sad puppy.
Hey.
That just means we have to work even harder to make it up to you, right, Papaga? He stood on his tiptoes and put an arm around PBG's neck, pulling his head down so it was at the level of John's. He put his lips on PBG's ear and whispered something into it. For quite some time, when PBG was finally released, he seemed more calm. If it was your decision to make. Yeah. We finally made it to the cafeteria. After getting our food, we headed to the normal boots table, walking in a straight line like foot soldiers. Satch was sitting at the table, too. It seemed he rejoined them since we weren't there to eat with this time. At least it didn't cause a rift. As we approached, Shane popped his head up. So apparently good news, I'm not the Yoko Ono of the group. But, you know, you never be sure, so let's keep on going. We don't know what's going to happen. Maybe I do Yoko Ono this group and the Beatles break up. The Beatle Boots. As we approached, Shane popped his head up.
No.
No. Now, I say, we didn't even say anything. Now, I'm not eating with them people. that came. That could be. Don't take that sound clip from me, and twist everything in my videos around, please, because that can be taken out of the most horribly wrong context. No. Now, I say, now, I'm not eating with them people. Not saying there's anything wrong with this voice, because it's the only kind of accent I can really do. But, you know, I'm not eating with those people. What do you mean, those people? You're overruled. That's not even a thing. Well, let's have a vote. Slowly, the clatter of the cafeteria turned to silence. Who thinks Hana and Mei should be allowed to rejoin the Normal Boots table? Raise your hand. Satch's hand shot into the air first.
Yeah.
I do, and it's about time, too. Gerard's, Nick's, and Paul's quickly followed.
Right?
That's 6 of 9. Sorry, Shane, but you've been outvoted. Shane glared at John, but said nothing. Really, Josh? Really? Oh. John sat at the table, jaw set and eyes blazing, as if daring someone to argue with him. Puppaga and May soon followed, but I stood frozen where I was. How was I supposed to just sit down and act like everything was normal? Boots. Mai grabbed her arm and pulled me to the seat next to her. I avoided Jared, Shane's, and Josh's eyes. Oh. At least now I knew who definitely didn't trust me. I gritted my teeth. It wasn't enough that I had to endure 3 weeks of hell for them. It wasn't enough that I had to immediately forgive them for all that hell. They still didn't trust me. The club ate in silence, and I struggled to contain the spurts of anger and shame that were trading stages in my mind. When the bell finally rang to go back to class, I had never been more happy. And angry. After the excitement of the day, it didn't take me long for Mai to fall asleep. I lay and listened to her steady breathing, resting the urge to fall asleep myself. Finally her gentle snoring began, and I put on some clothes and headed back outside. At this point I was getting used to creeping around at night. It was horrifying at the first time, and I had a few close calls. I didn't think there was going to be someone jumping out from the corners and trying to kill me. At least, this time. The world wasn't as hostile as I thought it was. At least, Asagao wasn't. I dashed across the campus and into Poppy Hall. Only once I was inside did I realize I didn't really have a plan. There was nothing in the hidden block lockers, and the club room was empty when I last looked. I crept up to the 4th floor, hoping to begin an in-depth search of the room to room. Someone had to have it nearby. They were too heavy to move during the day, and it would take at least 2 normal people boots to move them. Leave your comments down below. I'm just going to start saying boots after normal. Because with this in mind, I worked my way from the classroom to classroom, closet to desk, searching in lockers and nooks and crannies. Try after try, I found nothing of interest, at least to the boots. There was an oddly large amount of stuffed animals in these kids' desks. As I searched the last desk on the 4th floor, I sighed. Still nothing. Slipping down to the 3rd floor, I braced myself to begin again, till I heard a noise from a closet at the end of the hall. It was coming from an old, unused closet that opposite of the stairwell. Yellow light fringed the edges of the door. Creepy. And with that, unsure who is hiding in the closet. This is actually a good point to cut off and wait until next time here on Sensei Pong's Pong Plays Asagao Academy, because boy oh boy, this cliffhanger is nice and juicy. That came off real creepy. I don't like it. The situation's creepy enough. I don't think you need me to be all creeper pong on you. I'm just remembering all the stupid pictures I've used in the past, and creeper pong is one of them. Oh my gosh. Okay. You know what? I'm not gonna say it, but it was something to do with merchandising at some point. Not because I have any subscriber base or fan base to really validate a online store or merchandise, but about a year and a half ago I planned to do one for a 50 subscriber special, not because I think people would actually want to buy my junk, but mostly because I thought it was funny, because I had some really funny stuff for merchandise, and Creeper Pong is a very important part to one specific item, and it is not something I would buy, and not something I would want anybody to buy, and if anybody would, I'd be surprised. Kind of flattered, but you know what? No, don't. But You're gonna have to wait until that. Maybe I'll do like a 100 subscriber special and get people to try to like subscribe to my channel more like forcibly. Be like, I want to do a giveaway. Don't hold me on that. Wait until I actually do an official Pong Extra video on that. But, anywho, I'm rambling. So yes, wait until next time, here on Sensei Pong Plays. This is Pong setting out. Like, subscribe.